Good morning, everyone. My name is Jean Marcy Banados from DHRTP.
Ryan Little.
The Information Age. Prior to the invention of machines, information was conveyed by the use of printed documents. Throughout Europe, Gutenberg, a German locksmith and publisher, created movable type printing. The Gutenberg era impacted the nature of the society and the institution that underpin it. The pre-Gutenberg world. Through hand, books were published and printed. They were constructed on ceramic, wax, paper, and parchment surfaces. Handmade textbooks and some other reading materials also were available to those who could actually afford to buy it. By praise routes, information was passed on to others. The Gutenberg Revolution. Technology has the ability to transform society. The newspaper, designed by German craftsman Johannes Gutenberg, has been the most notable example of this. Throughout this time, institutional and meditated channels began to surface. Scientific and geographic discoveries traveled fast, and medical books were published as well. The post-Gutenberg world. The emergence of the Internet and the World Wide Web could be considered as the beginning of this era. This made it much easier to upload and download all form of media instrument, such video, audio, and image. It made it conceivable to publish or distribute the knowledge. The rise of digital age. With the advancement of modern technology, printing presses are no longer a single method of disseminating information. Nowadays, knowledge could easily be transmitted from one person to another, from now to other places. Computers. This technology was created by Charles Babbage, an English design engineer who is recognized as the father of computers. It was intended for mathematical formulas and simple decision-making. The mainframe computers were large room-sized computers that could calculate and manipulate information faster than the human brain might be. The Internet, which has been created in the 1960s in California, has been primarily utilized by scientists to communicate with one another. The inventors of this outstanding piece of technology are Vinton Cerf and Robert Kahn. It was a government-controlled project until 1984, and the speed was really the first issue had to be addressed. World Wide Web, commonly known as WWW, was invented by Sir Tim Berners-Lee, a British computer scientist that started in 1990s, and it was basically for commercial purposes. Electronic mail or email. The invention of email, which has been controversially claimed by V.A. Shiva Ayadurai, an Indian-born American scientist and entrepreneur, was essential in making communication easier. He started developing the system when he became 14 years old during 1978. During 1982, he was granted a copyright to a praise email. Facebook. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg, a computer programmer, launched Facebook in 2004. People freely share their thoughts, ideas, experience, photos, and videos on Facebook. It can be used to form relationships, transact trade, and provide game content for computer games. Twitter. Created in March 2006 by Jack Dorsey, Noah Glass, B. Stone, and Evan Williams. It is another networking website where people post and interact with messages or tweets, which is restricted only for up to. Originally developed as Facebook Chat in 2008, but changed its messaging services in 2010. An instant messaging service and software application. This can be used to send messages to other people through written messages, voice calls, or video calls. YouTube, a third largest visited website on the web and the largest online site nowadays. Chad Hurley and Steven Chen worked together to enhance this website through social media. Hurley registered the YouTube logo and domain during Valentine's Day in 2005. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, both PhD students at Stanford University, developed Google as a research project in 1996. The domain google.com was registered in September 1997 and now the most used search engine in the World Wide Web. Lastly, the Instagram, created by Kevin Syntrom and Mike Krieger in October 2010, is a fan photography application that is gaining fame all over the globe. This can be used to enhance and give style to your photo, which can later be shared with others using the same application. From Gutenberg to information age, evolution of technology has made us realize that modernizations of information and communication process have become the power behind social evolution. Biodiversity supports human and societal needs, including food, nutrition, security, energy, development of medicines and pharmaceuticals, and fresh waters, which together underpin good health. It also supports economic opportunities and leisure activities that contribute to overall well-being. So what are the advantages of biodiversity in human being? Number 1 is support a variety of plant species with greater biodiversity. The variety of plants increases. This leads to more opportunities, especially for farmers, since they are able to plant a greater variety of crops and thus use their land more effectively. Second, ecosystem balance. Our ecosystems depend on complex processes. If only a small number of species die out, there can be a huge effect on the whole ecosystem since there are often chain effects that affect many other species. With the preservation of biodiversity, it can be assured that the ecosystem stays in its natural balance. Number 3, freshwater resources. Through a variety of microorganisms and other creatures, it can be assured that freshwater resources are sustained. Disadvantages. Number 1, society effects. There are also adverse effects on our society from a loss in biodiversity. In nowadays society, we are just so focused on computers, smartphones, and other electronic stuff and lose the connection to nature which our ancestors have built in a natural way. This loss of connection to naturally may lead people to feel something is missing, but they do not exactly know why since they have never been in touch with nature yet. Moreover, nature provides a relaxing environment which, if lost, can lead people to become stressed and mentally ill. Number 2, excessive pollution. Pollution is another great man-made example causing a loss in biodiversity. There are several forms of pollutions, including air, and water pollution. Air pollution can lead to health issues for animals and even for humans, resulting in health disease, which in turn could diminish the variety of species. Number 3, loss of livelihood for locals. The loss of biodiversity also causes a decline in the livelihood of many locals. This can be due to reduced crop yields or other effects. Local may also raise cattle in order to survive. However, if a loss in biodiversity leads to a decrease in biomass of feed, farmers will no longer be able to raise enough cattle due to the feed storage. Number 1, clothing. When used in textiles, nanoparticles of silica can help to create fabrics that repel water and other liquids. Silica can be added to fabrics either by being incorporated into the fabric's web or sprayed onto the surface of the fabric to create a waterproof or stain-proof coating. Number 2, adhesives. Nanotechnology can also be used to optimize adhesives. Interestingly, most glues lose their stickiness at high temperatures, but a powerful nano glue not only withstands high temperatures, it gets stronger as the surrounding temperatures increases. Computers. Without nanotechnology, we wouldn't have many of the electronics we use in everyday life. Intel is undoubtedly a leader in tiny computers processors. And the latest generation of Intel's core processor technology is a 10 nanometer chip. Nanotechnology has wide range of applications in many areas of life, and it contributes significantly to the advancement of many technological and industrial sectors, such information technology, energy, medicine, national security, environmental, science, food safety, and many others. Gene therapy strives to cure disease or strengthen your body's natural defenses disease by substituting a defective gene or stalling a second gene. Gene therapy has potential for the treatment of cancers, cystic fibrosis, heart disease, diabetes, hemophilia, and AIDS, among many other disorders. And that would be all. Thank you.